Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. My name is TCaptainX, and in today's video, we're going to discuss why the EM2 is the #1 ranked weapon in Warzone by KD, or kill death ratio, according to WarzoneRanked.com. Now, this video is going to be a little bit different than your normal class setup video. Typically, you would have, some clips maybe to start it up. You talk about the loadout and the attachments, and then you have a gameplay. Well, we're gonna kind of combine everything at once. So there's gonna be clips going in the background, and we'll be talking about the stats as we go, kind of simultaneously here. And all of the stats are gonna be with the help of TrueGameData.com. They just released their new premium subscription, and it's got some really cool features out that we're going to be showing off in this video here. So I'll be honest, after doing the research and investigation for this on True Game Data, I was very surprised at the final results of kind of the stats of the EM2. We'll also at the end of the video talk about my recommended attachments for the best primary AR build, or to use it as a sniper support type weapon. And then as we go, we're going to be rating the gun in different categories like time to kill, recoil, mobility, etc. All right, so first we're going to look at TTK using True Game Data's new premium feature using the combined shot location, where basically it averages the different damages for different body part locations like chest, head, extremities, can't talk. It's a very cool feature. It's better than just looking at like only chest shots or something like that in terms of time to kill. So I've got what I believe to be the top 3 ARs for like high damage but higher recoil guns. So we've got the EM2, Cold War AK, and the XM4. Now and I built all of these to be kind of the long range meta style build for these. So the EM2 is in first place when it comes to close range time to kill, up to about 40 meters. EM2 has a TTK of 0.56 seconds. XM4 is in second with 0.583. And the Cold War AK is in last with 0.6 seconds. Now, beyond 40 meters, though, the XM4 is just barely in first with a time to kill of 0.694 seconds. EM2 is just barely behind at 0.708. And the Cold War AK is a little bit farther behind in third place as well. But there's only a difference of 0.014 seconds from the EM2 to the XM4 at longer ranges. So it's going to be beyond about 40 meters or so. So overall for time to kill, I'd give the EM2 a rating of an A, because one, it wins at close range, and it's basically neck and neck with the XM4 at long range. Now, if we were to compare other guns like the Krig, like M4A1, M13, Grau, etc. All of these guns are going to have a lot lower time to kill compared to the EM2, and that's why I'm comparing these 3 guns, because they're the higher time to kill guns in Warzone right now. Another pretty important stat to talk about really quickly is DPS, or damage per second. The EM2 and the XM4 are neck and neck for the top 2 slots. The XM4 is in first though. DPS is a very good stat to think about in terms of when you're fighting multiple enemies, like with your squad. Like if your squad's taking on another squad, you're engaging people at different healths, DPS is usually a better indicator of the overall strength of a weapon, not necessarily time to kill. TTK is a little bit better for more just one-on-one situations when both enemies are fully plated. All right, let's talk recoil now, which is another very important stat. So the EM2 is here in this orange color. Got the Cold War AK in purple and the XM4 in blue. Now you're going to see the EM2 has a lot more recoil compared to these, but the one thing to notice is it's got a lot less horizontal recoil. It's much more straight up. Cold War AK goes up and kind of does a little kick to the right. XM4 goes straight up and then it veers off to the right. If we stack these and put them right on top of each other, and my bad, I've got a few other weapons I was looking at. Here we go. You're going to see that the EM2 in orange kind of stays more centered compared to those. So this is a good thing and a bad thing. Some people will like this. Other people will dislike it. Me personally, I'd rather have a little bit more vertical recoil and less horizontal, because it's a more consistent and predictable recoil pattern to control compared to horizontal recoil. Overall, I'd probably give the EM2 like a B- for this, but if you're a console player and you're stuck to 85, you might think this is a lot worse. This is a very subjective thing, but just from using all 3, I actually really like the EM2's recoil pattern. Now, it's definitely not a recoil pattern like, like the Grau or the M13 or Kilo. It definitely is a lot more recoil. So if you struggle with those guns, I don't recommend you using the EM2. Now, when we talk about the mobility of the EM2, it's very comparable to other Cold War ARs. And amongst these 3, they're all very similar. Now, when we talk about ADS, or aim down sight speed, the EM2 is actually in last place with these. It's not by a huge margin by any mean, but it is something to take note. So overall, I'd probably give this like a C+ in terms of mobility and ADS, because it's not horrible, but it's definitely not great either. Moving on to ammo capacity, the EM2 is kind of weird. It only has a base ammo of 20, which is not very much. The 40 round is solid. So the EM2 shoots very slow. It's got the slowest fire rate of these 3 guns. For whatever reason, if you put on the 50 round mag of the EM2, which is the largest one, it kills your ADS. It adds 100 milliseconds to your ADS time, according to TrueGameData.com. So I don't really recommend using that. I definitely recommend sticking with the 40 round. Now the EM2 does reload the fastest of these 3 weapons, not by a ton, but by a pretty decent amount. One thing I found very interesting when looking at this though, is the XM4, you can put the 60 round mag on and it still has the best aim down sight speed of these 3 guns. Even though it's like the largest mag. And with that, it has the best damage per mag of these 3 guns with still a good aim down sight speed. So overall, I'd give the EM2 like a B for ammo capacity because although yes, it has less ammo, it shoots slower, and it all has a very good reload time. It's solid. It's very good compared to other weapons. If we look to like the M13 or the Grau, it'd be very good compared to those. But the XM4 definitely wins in this one. So to recap, we gave the EM2 in terms of TTK an A, for recoil a B-, mobility and ADS a C+, and ammo capacity a B. Now, with time to kill being one of the most important stats and things to consider in terms of Warzone, I would overall give the EM2 a B+. In complete honesty, I was really surprised after really looking into stats. Honestly, I think statistically the XM4 is probably the best gun here. But regardless, the EM2 is the #1 KD ratio gun in Warzone right now, and it's probably has to do with that best time to kill. So for the recommended loadout for the primary kind of long range AR in Warzone, I'd say definitely go with the agency suppressor. That's going to help you stay off the minimap, add range, add bullet velocity, and also help with recoil. The task force barrel is going to give you the best range and also the best recoil control. And then the field agent grip is going to be the best attachment for reducing recoil overall. Definitely recommend going with the 40 round mag, not the 50, because the 50 is going to make you way too slow. And then for the optic, I'd say go with the axial arms 3 times. Now the reticle I'm using in these clips that you're probably wondering is the measured reticle. You can get it from the Heat Flash Milano bundle in the store. The EM2 is also a very good sniper support build. I was very surprised at the combined TTK shot location. It's actually got the first place close range time to kill. So you could definitely use this as a sniper support or SMG style build. For that, what I'd recommend going with is the regular suppressor instead of the agency. I'd say go no barrel, put on a bruiser grip for better movement speed, stick with the 40 round mag, the Microflex LED optic, or whichever you really prefer. Remember that the default iron sights for the EM2 is actually kind of like a scope. It's got a really bad ADS time. So I definitely say you need to put some sort of red dot on it. And then I'd probably say go with the Raider stock because that's going to really help your sprint to fire times and help you in close quarter situations. I didn't get a chance to really mess around with the EM2 sniper support build, but statistically it does look very good. So folks, there you have it. My goal was to cover everything simultaneously so that you can get a lot of information at once and make this video very useful for you. It's like I said, it's different than other class setup videos. I hope you like this style. If you did like it, please like the video for me. It helps me out a lot. And also a big thanks to TrueGameData.com for helping with all the stats. I'm not like sponsored by him or anything. It'd be cool though. But the new premium features are a super cool site and very helpful for analyzing guns in Warzone. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn those notifications on. I also stream live here on YouTube, not on Twitch. So if you want to see those, again, subscribe, notice on, all that good stuff. Guys, thanks for watching the video. I appreciate you. Have a great one. Let me know, is the EM2 going to be your weapon of choice? Should it be the #1 KD ratio in Warzone? Honestly, I was surprised, but let me know your thoughts. Peace.